Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome in. Welcome in. My name is Tim Grieving. I'm a film music journalist, and they pay me to be the least cool person on any given stage. Tonight is no exception. We're here for two very exciting panelists, and I want to just throw some accolades at them. She's a 3-time Grammy winner for her album Sour. She has 6 Grammy nominations, including Record of the Year, Album of the Year, and Song of the Year for her new album, Guts. She's topped almost every chart there is with her hit songs Driver's License, Good For You, and Vampire. She's about to set sail on a sold-out global tour, and she's on the Academy Awards shortlist for her original song, Can't Catch Me Now, from The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, which is also nominated for an SCL Award and has won a Hollywood Music and Media Award. He's the Grammy-winning producer of the year of the #1 platinum album Sour, a co-songwriter on all of the above hits, and producer of Guts. He's the founder of Amusement Records, and he co-wrote and produced that Oscar-shortlisted song, Can't Catch Me Now. Please welcome Olivia Rodrigo and Daniel Nigro. I almost stuck the landing. Just her name. Welcome.
I like it.
You're saying it with an accent.
Olivia. My Colorado background is getting in the way. We have so much in common. I was also homeschooled.
Oh, amazing.
That's it. That's all we have in common. Well, welcome. I know everyone here is excited for the film and to hear from you and your song. But I wonder, this is your first song written for a movie, correct?
Correct, yeah.
I'm curious, were there songs from movies, songs written for movies that were meaningful to you growing up or even now?
Yeah, I remember being absolutely obsessed with the High School Musical soundtracks. I think that was my first foray into obsession with music. So I just listened to those all the time.
Which was your favorite?
Bop to the Top.
Okay.
Yeah, obsessed with that. Would do the dance, and I had the CD in my mom's car, and I just played it to death. So yeah, good one.
What is special to you about a movie as a vehicle for a song?
Yeah, I think it's a really fun exercise as a songwriter to get to write something for a movie. It's really a fun exercise to have, a framework for the music. It's interesting to get to pull inspiration from characters and plot lines. It's kind of just like making a puzzle and finding all these pieces that fit together. So it's a really fun challenge.
Do you think those songs kind of live with people differently than not just an album, but if it's from a movie that you love, do you think people have a different relationship to those kinds of songs?
Totally, yeah. I mean, I think something that's so fun about writing a song for a movie is the song kind of gets to be a part of something bigger. And I loved the Hunger Games soundtracks growing up, and those songs have a special place in my heart, and I remember exactly where I was in the theater when I heard them, and it just kind of gives you a sort of visual context for the song, which I think is always helpful.
Daniel, did you have any favorite songs from movies?
I was actually just thinking, I had a lot of time to think about that one.
Yeah, I was letting you word.
I was thinking about the movie Garden State, and there's multiple songs, but the Colin Hay song, which actually,
I love that song.
Which is an amazing song, and also the Fra Fra song at the end of the movie. But that was a movie where I went and bought the soundtrack afterwards, and I was obsessed with it. And yeah.
How do you feel like songs in movies have a different kind of live on in a different way or connect with people in a different way?
I don't know. It's interesting to think about, because yeah, you do think about the song as part of the movie, and sometimes, that's a great thing because it always has an attachment to it, but then also does it live out in its own way, as a different way that an album would be. Which I never really thought about it that way, but I guess it does have a slightly different life form in a way.
Yeah.
So you're already a fan of the Hunger Games. You were already primed for this, but I'm assuming you were approached for this. You didn't just cold submit a song for the movie.
Yeah.
When you were approached, what about this appealed to you to write a song for this movie?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, Hunger Games is such an incredible franchise, and I love the soundtracks, like I said. But it was just a really interesting challenge, I think, for me as a songwriter. I write my albums lots of the times from a very diaristic place, a very confessional, and I draw lots of inspiration from my personal life. And so it was really fun to kind of get to put myself in the main character Lucy Gray's shoes and write a song from her perspective, I definitely got to stretch some new songwriting muscles. So that was exciting.
What did you have access to? Were you able to watch the movie before you started the song, or what did you have to kind of hook inspiration off of?
Yeah, we got the call and we were very excited, and we went and did a screening of the movie before it was finished, and none of the CGI was done or anything, so some of the scenes looked a little different than what you guys will see now. Yeah, so that was very exciting, and I really fell in love with the main character, Lucy Gray. And then we had a talk with Francis Lawrence after, and we kind of just discussed, the vision that he had for the song and kind of the sonic references that we wanted to follow and what we wanted to get across with it. So yeah, I was very grateful to have been given the opportunity.
What was his vision, or what kind of direction or prompt were you given?
Yeah, I think we wanted to write a song that kind of captured the end of the movie, the mystery. I won't spoil it for you guys because you're about to see it, but it kind of ends on a cliffhanger, and wanted to make a song that sort of paid homage to that, and also a song that paid homage to the incredible folk songs, the Appalachian folk songs that are sprinkled throughout the movie. I was really inspired by those, and so wanted to kind of do my own take on that.
So was Daniel your first call, like speed dial, when you're starting a song?
Yeah, we wrote this one together. We wrote it in a.
We saw it together. I mean, it was the thing that was fun was like actually having a restriction, because obviously Olivia writes so much from what's going on in her life, and this was it, would you say this is the first time you really had to like write a song like where it wasn't from your perspective?
Yeah, maybe one of the first.
Yeah, so that was like a fun experiment in a way, was to be able to go, okay, we're not writing it, it's not a story about your life, and be like, this is we have an acoustic guitar. That was kind of also was the framework, was like, I think we want to keep it on an acoustic guitar, no drums. That's like, these are parameters, and
it's fun to work in parameters.
Yeah, fun to put like some strict parameters while writing a song. Yeah.
So that style was kind of influenced by the other songs in the film, the more kind of folk songs in the film?
For sure. We felt like it had to be in line. When you heard the song, it shouldn't feel like, and now a song comes with these different electronic drums or something, when the whole movie is organic, and every song in the movie is organic or really simple or a cappella.
So many good songs in the movie. I actually learned that Suzanne Collins, who wrote the Hunger Games novels, was a country radio DJ before she wrote the Hunger Games, which is so awesome. But so the songs that you guys will hear in the movie, she actually wrote the lyrics in the book before they were put to melody and put in this movie. But I think that's just so cool, and so I was very inspired by all those songs in it.
It's a good bit of IMDb trivia.
Yeah, I know.
So you're kind of writing as the character, but you are an actor. So did you feel like you were kind of just taking on a new role, inhabiting someone else's persona, and writing out of that like you would an actor almost?
Yeah, I think exactly. I think watching the movie, I really identified with some of the feelings that she was expressing. Sort of when she kind of reaches her breaking point at the end, I really felt for her, and I know what that feels like, and so I tried to draw on that, because I think feelings are so universal and relatable, and it doesn't matter if it's in the context of the Hunger Games or the context of my 20-year-old life. The feeling at its core is always powerful. So I guess that's what I tried to do.
What came first? Was there like a phrase or a hook or a melody or something that kind of unlocked the song for you?
I think maybe you were playing the chords and I sang da 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 or something like that. Is that right?
I think were we outside on the balcony?
Something like, no, we were on your couch.
Really?
Okay. Yeah. This will be a debate after.
Yeah. I actually thought I was thinking, how did this song come out? I actually don't remember us I sort of remember us writing it.
I just remember really loving the melody that's in the trees and in the trees. Thinking that really ascending thing was really beautiful.
We actually said that was the whole thing that we want. The only thing that I remember thinking for myself was it's acoustic guitar and the melody has to be ascending. The melody has to feel like it's climbing up a mountain.
Oh, we did it.
And then we did that.
I think we wrote the chorus and then.
And then weeks later we wrote the idea. We tracked it on your phone, because that's how all the demos start. Yeah. It has to be recorded on the iPhone. And then we were, a few weeks later, we were in Malibu. which was kind of cool. It was like basically our last day of songwriting we had planned, and then we said, okay, let's do it today. We did it.
Yep.
Is that kind of typical of your songwriting process together? The way that this played out?
What do you mean by that?
I mean, just the kind of doing it in pieces, sitting on your couch, sort of pieces just coming together. Was it pretty normal for your method?
Yeah, I don't know. I suppose it's different every time.
Yeah, I don't think
Sometimes
that's like
we'll
a
have-
method.
There's no normal.
Yeah.
No, there's no normal. Sometimes, I mean, most of the time I feel like Olivia brings in an idea for a song, and then I kind of hang out and just am like a sounding board and help make it a full song. And then sometimes we write a song from scratch together. A lot of times we'll bring in a concept. This one, we didn't have because there was no concept or anything, right? It
was just a vibe, just the
was just a
Lucy
vibe.
Gray vibe that we're tapping into.
It was a guitar riff and a vibe.
I know it's simple with the acoustic guitar, but as the producer, what are some of the ear candy or things maybe kind of tucked away in the song that people might not hear right away that you're proud of?
One of the things that I like about that, it's my own, that nobody really probably cares about this, but on Olivia's album Guts, I bought this guitar, and I made it what's called a Nashville guitar, when you take all the strings, you put it's like the 12-string guitar, but it's just the high strings of the 12-string, and it's sprinkled all over Guts. It's like on the first song, All American Bitch, and it's on Lacey as well. It's like very prominent as like the sonic sound of a couple of songs on Guts, and it's also most of the guitars, besides the main acoustic guitar that's like plays throughout the entire song, all the chimey guitars throughout the song are the same. Is that Nashville guitar, and then it just kind of gives it like this kind of like high-end air, which feels like it ties into her, aesthetic, which was important to me, was to make sure that it had like a through line to like also feel like it was very Olivia sonically.
I think your voice is on the song too.
Yes, my voice is on the
If
song.
you listen close enough.
Singing some low harmonies in the bridge.
You often like to surround her voice with kind of a choral effect, right? Or you have at times.
Yeah, I guess still Lacey maybe has a choral effect. I mean, this was like a real fun experiment of like, we spent a lot of time, because also, I mean, we really love writing songs, but neither of us are very good at singing harmonies. And I remember us in the studio in Malibu, like trying to figure out these like harmonies for this, because there's so many harmonies in the chorus, and we were just like, okay, we're gonna get it.
Yeah. But I really love that part, and I think that it's really, I remember the first time I heard the demo back thinking that it was really cinematic. To think that having the opportunity to write something for a movie kind of lends itself to that, and I don't know if that would have been something that we maybe would have gravitated towards if we were making song for our album. So yeah, it was really fun to get to experiment with that more drama.
Yeah, trying to keep it cinematic, but also with no drums. That was the big thing. Was like, okay, we can't add drums to this. Although it feels like in the bridge like you want to. And I remember when I watched the trailer for the movie for the first time, and there's like the massive cinematic drums like behind the bridge, and I was like, does sound good with drums.
You talked about the lyric for this a little bit, but what does the central idea of "You Can't Catch Me Now" in this context? What does it mean to you?
Yeah, I think that for me, it's a song about haunting someone. It's a song about sort of moving on from a situation, but leaving pieces of you everywhere that you go. So yeah, that was sort of what I was going for.
Is there a personal or confessional element to this song at all for you?
Like I said, I think I've definitely felt the way that Lucy Gray feels in the movie in my life, and so I was just drawing from that, and I think it does come from a place of, real authentic feeling from me, but just kind of maybe through the lens of Lucy Gray, which was sort of the joy of writing this.
Have you had a chance to perform it live yet?
I did, yeah. I performed it live like a month ago at the Jingle Ball. Yeah, it was fun, and we did it with harmonies, and it was really great. Yeah.
Do you feel like it's going to be a part of your set list, your repertoire going forward?
I hope so. Yeah. I mean, it's a super fun song to sing. It really moves me, especially the bridge. It's really, really fun to sing, and fun to sing in a big room of people. So I could definitely see that happening.
Will you be writing more songs for movies?
I hope so. They asked me. I'd love that. Yeah.
What's your dream kind of movie to write a song for? You don't have to name a name, but...
I mean, writing a song for Hunger Games is really cool. I loved the Hunger Games growing up and just adored the soundtrack, so that was pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know. I love stories. So any movie with a story that I find intriguing, I would be honored to, be a little part of it somehow.
Is there any little Easter egg in this song that you want them to be aware of as they hear it? A little inside something, a mystery that you hid inside the song that only these people will know about.
I don't think there's actually.
Yeah. I don't know. We're not very mysterious people. I'll think about it.
What's the feeling you hope you kind of leave the audience with as they kind of sit with the movie and hear your song?
Yeah, I mean, the song's obviously at the end of the movie. I hope it kind of leaves you feeling...
Spoiler alert.
Oh, yes. Hope it leaves you feeling sort of wistful and maybe I don't know. I've always been curious what happens to Lucy, and this song is kind of the manifestation of that. So I hope you guys are curious what happens to her too, and I hope my song sort of soundtracks that, I guess. I don't know.
Well, congratulations on all the well-earned attention this song is getting, and thank you all for coming. Enjoy the film, enjoy the song. Thanks for being here.